What's up, guys? It's Brittany, and welcome to another episode of Randomness. Today, we are diving into a topic that affects every relationship in our lives, whether romantic, familial, or platonic. We are talking about love languages. And you've probably heard the term before, but understanding love languages can genuinely transform how you connect with the people who matter most. So grab your coffee, your drink, whatever, settle in, and let's explore how we all give and receive love differently. The concept of love languages comes from Dr. Gary Chapman's 1992 book, The 5 Love Languages. His central insight was beautifully simple. We all express and experience love differently. What makes one person feel cherished might leave another feeling indifferent. Chapman identified 5 primary love languages: words of affirmation, like verbal expressions of love, compliments, and encouragements. Then there's quality time, undivided attention, and meaningful togetherness. Receiving gifts, thoughtful presents as symbols of love. Acts of service, doing helpful things for your loved one. Physical touch, affection through touch, from hugs to hand holding. The idea is that each of us has a primary love language, the way we most naturally express love and the way we most deeply feel loved. We tend to show love in the way we want to receive it, but what if your partner, your parent, or your best friend speaks a completely different language? Imagine you are pouring your heart out through acts of service. You're cooking meals, running errands, keeping the house clean. Meanwhile, your partner's love language is words of affirmation, and they're waiting to hear, "I love you," or "I appreciate you." You're both trying, but you're missing each other. This mismatch can lead to feeling unloved or unappreciated, even when both people are genuinely trying. Understanding love languages helps us bridge that gap. So let's break down each love language and what it looks like in practice. So, words of affirmation. For people who speak this language, words carry enormous weight. They thrive on hearing, "I am proud of you. You look beautiful," or "I couldn't do this without you." Compliments, verbal encouragement, and expressing gratitude all fill their tank. But harsh criticism or dismissive comments can be devastating. If this is your language, negative words might echo in your mind long after they're spoken. Then there's quality time. This language is all about presence, not just being in the same room while scrolling your phone. We're talking genuine, focused attention. It might be a phone-free dinner, a long walk together, or really listening when someone shares their day. For quality time speakers, distractions, postponed plans, or half-hearted listening can feel like rejection. And when you're with them, be fully with them. Receiving gifts. Before you dismiss this one as materialistic, hear me out. This isn't about expensive jewelry or lavish spending. It's about the thought and effort behind a gift. A wildflower picked on a walk, a book that reminded you of them, or their favorite candy bar picked up at the store. All communicate, "I was thinking about you." People who speak this language treasure the tangible reminders of love. A forgotten birthday or anniversary isn't just an oversight. It feels like you forgot about them entirely. Then we have acts of service, and this language says, "Let me help you." I'm doing the dishes without being asked, filling up the gas tank, bringing soup when someone's sick, or taking on a task they dread. And for these people, actions speak louder than words. You can say, I love you all day long, but if you never follow through or help when they're overwhelmed, the words ring hollow. And nothing deflates them faster than laziness or broken commitments. Physical touch. Touch is this language's primary dialect. Hugs, kisses, holding hands, a back rub after a long day, sitting close on the couch. Physical connection is how they give and receive love. And this doesn't have to be sexual, though that's certainly part of it in romantic relationships. It's about physical presence and affection. Distance or neglect of physical connection can leave them feeling lonely, even if you're saying all the right words. So, how do you figure out your love language? Well, here are a few questions to ask yourself. What do you complain about the most or most often? If you frequently say, we never spend time together, quality time might be your language. If it's, you never help around the house, acts of service could be it. What do you request most from your partner or loved ones? The things you ask for are often clues to what makes you feel loved. How do you naturally show love to others? We typically give love in the way we want to receive it. And there are also online quizzes that can help you identify your primary and secondary love language. But honestly, a bit of self-reflection usually makes it pretty clear. So here's where the real work begins, learning to speak your loved one's language, even if it doesn't come naturally to you. Like if your partner's language is words of affirmation, but you're more of an acts of service person, it might feel awkward at first to verbalize your feelings, and that's okay. Start small. A text saying, thinking of you, or I'm grateful for you. It can mean the world. If you're not naturally a gift giver, but your partner treasures them, remember, it's about thoughtfulness, not price tags. Notice what they like, what they mention in passing, what makes their eyes light up. The key is intentionality. Intentionality. When you love someone, you learn their language. It's one of the most generous things you can do. But there are some mistakes people make with love languages. First, don't use your love language as an excuse. Well, physical touch isn't my love language. Doesn't give you a pass to never hug your touch-oriented partner. You still need to meet them where they are. Second, people aren't one-dimensional. While you might have a primary love language, you likely appreciate all 5 to some degree. Don't neglect the others entirely. Third, love languages can evolve. Life changes, stress, new seasons. All of these can shift what we need. Keep the conversation going. And finally, love languages aren't a magic fix for deeper relationship issues. They're a tool for better communication and connection, but they do not replace addressing fundamental problems like trust issues, incompatibility, or toxic patterns. And while Chapman's work focused on marriages, love languages apply to all relationships. Think about your kids, your parents, your friends, and maybe your teenager rolls their eyes at verbal affirmation, but their face lights up when you show up to their games. That's quality time. Maybe your best friend always brings you little gifts or treats. They're speaking their language. And understanding this can help you connect better with everyone in your life, not just romantic partners. At its core, the love languages framework teaches us something profound. Love isn't just a feeling. It's a choice and an action. It's about paying attention to what matters to someone else and showing up for them in the way they need. It's about humility, recognizing that your way of doing things isn't the only way. It's about generosity, giving love in the form someone can actually receive it, even when it takes effort. When you truly learn to speak someone's love language, you're saying, I see you, I know you, And I'm willing to stretch beyond my comfort zone because you matter to me. That's powerful stuff, right? So, what do you do with all of this? Well, here's some actionable takeaways for you, okay? Have a conversation with your partner, family members, or close friends about love language. Make it a curiosity-driven discussion, not an accusatory one. Identify your primary love language and share it with the people closest to you. Don't make them guess. Ask others about theirs. How do you feel, or how do you most feel loved? It's a beautiful question. Notice the little things. Pay attention to what lights people up and what disappoints them. Experiment. Try speaking someone's language for a week and see what happens. Be patient with yourself and others. Learning a new language takes time. Love languages aren't about achieving perfection in relationships. They're about understanding, effort, and connection. They remind us that love is both an art and a practice, something we get better at with intention and attention. The people in your life are worth learning to love well. And when you take the time to speak their language, you'll find that your relationships become richer, deeper, and more fulfilling than you ever imagined. All right, so thank you guys for tuning in today. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone you care about. And remember, love is a language we can all learn to speak more fluently. Until next time, keep loving well. All right, y'all, that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening. Please make sure to hit that follow button and share randomness with a friend, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.